to get in. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, welcome. Oops, I always forget to put it on Do Not Disturb. Forgive me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. It was a lot of fun. We're going to get started in just a minute. Good morning, good morning. The energy is feeling better today. I don't know about y'all. I mean, maybe it's the lovely weather that we have down here. I don't know. Definitely puts me in a good mood. Good morning. Come in, come in. If you're new here, sit back, hang out. I'll explain in just a minute. I don't know about you all, but I kind of seeing the repeating numbers, the angel numbers and things like that had slowed down quite a bit over the last month or so. Normally I see them all the time, and it had slowed down, and I was like, okay, interesting, you know, go on about my day. Now all of a sudden here they're coming back in droves. Like I'm seeing repeating numbers like crazy. My dreams are wild. Are y'all experiencing that? Let me know. It's just been like last night I had a dream that I was time traveling and experiencing different dimensions, and I was like, okay. It's been pretty crazy. Same for you? Dreams for sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But anywho, okay, so let's get started. If you're new here, welcome. This is your weekly Tarotscope. So this is similar to your horoscope, but we use tarot and we use oracle, okay? What we do is we look at the energy from Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday, we look at the energy from Friday through Sunday, okay? So also, if you're interested in learning tarot, this is a great place to be because I go over the cards and different aspects of how you can look at them in today's viewpoint, how we can see them in a collective sense or a personal sense, okay? Let's see. Yeah, feel free to ask questions about tarot, spirituality, numerology, relationships, all that stuff, because that is my jam. I don't mind you asking questions. I love you being, you know, part of the conversation. But yeah, it's a fun place to be. We get to connect. We get to learn about each other and ask questions, answer questions, expand our minds, and do all that fun stuff. And the Tarotscope allows you to understand what the potentiality is of the week ahead. And that way you can use it to your highest good. All right. So, all right, what we're going to do first is we are going to rebalance and clear out our heart chakra. All right. Our heart chakra is very important because number one, it's in charge of love and our emotions, right? And it's the midpoint between our lower self and our higher self, okay? Our 3D self, our spiritual self. So what we want to do is as the bowl is singing, because this bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra, as the bowl is singing, you just want to breathe and you want to let all the anxiety, all the fear flow out. And then you want to envision love and light flowing in, okay? You can envision like a bright golden, I know the chakra is green, but this divine light could be bright golden light just going all the way in to the heart chakra, okay? So here we go. Just breathe. Nice deep breaths. Good. All right, Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Expand your lungs, expand your chest, pick up all that heaviness and fear and anxiety. Now blow it out quickly. Just let it go. You can breathe out as strongly as you want to. The more powerful, the better it is. Okay? I hope that felt good. All right, so like I said, this is your tarot scope. What we're going to do first is we're going to get our fairy blessing, and then you all are going to choose which tarot deck that I use. That way you're more connected to it, and then we're going to find out what's coming up for us in the next few days, okay? So let's find out what our fairy blessing is. Focus on the deck and ask the deck, what is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our fairy blessing for this week? This is how you can input your energy into this reading. What is our fairy blessing for this week? Ooh, a blessing of Letha. Ooh, I like this one. We have not gotten this one lately. We haven't gotten it in a while. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you because I love this one. It's a very sexy card. It's number 30. Yeah. Okay, the blessing of Letha, the fairy gift of the midsummer energies for joy, friendship, and the flowering of life's bounty. Isn't that exciting? See, this is why I wanted to read it. The blessings of the Feast of the Fairy are given to encourage you to take this day and drink down its sweetness, to celebrate your own life and bring a sense of being beyond day-to-day cares. To dedicate at least a portion of this day, we're talking about the week, okay? This is talking about the day. Portion of this day to divine acts of celebration and connection with enchantment. May the blessings of the festival known as Letha be with you this day, and no matter what day or time of year it is for you, friend. For the gift of Letha is the gift of celebrating your life, living to the fullest, and resisting giving in to those who would ask you to hold back and live less fiercely. This gift of Letha's energy is a blessing, and so to you this day comes a celebration and a gathering with friends. If there are none on your horizon, take steps to ensure you treat yourself lovingly and well this day, and feast instead with the fairy. Eat joyously and well, share a conversation with a friend, old or new, smile at a stranger, say a kind word or two, unasked for, and feel the energy of the fairy poured down upon you. It is a blessing that will see you connect with flowers and the natural world and feel uplifted by the interactions with nature. So this is a lovely blessing, okay? Like I said, I felt like the energy was much better today, right? And I was like, well, maybe it's just the weather. I don't know. But this is confirming that the energy is feeling better. And this is confirming that you have the opportunity to essentially celebrate life, okay? If you don't celebrate life, then you're not going to receive anything to celebrate, right? So if you can plan a night where you can go like hang with friends, like go have dinner, go get drinks, whatever's going to be good for you. Nothing toxic, right? Like we don't want to drink too much. But if you can go have a good meal together, maybe you cook it yourselves, or maybe you go out to dinner, maybe you play a game together, anything like that. And then try giving somebody a compliment, like a random person a compliment, but mean it. You know, the other day I was at it was my son's birthday. It was last week. And I took him to Andy's frozen custard because he loves Andy's, right? So I took him there, and the girl at the window, she was this beautiful black girl. And I was just like, gosh, she's gorgeous, you know? And I just get like, you just see somebody, and it's not really just on a superficial level. There was something about her. And so I told her, I said, I just have to tell you that I think you are just beautiful. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. Right. And it made her feel better or like feel good, but it also made me feel good because I spoke up about what I saw and what I felt. Right. So you can do the same thing. It doesn't have to be on somebody's looks. It can be on, wow, you did that project awesomely. Or you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is. You're so smart. You're intelligent. You're clever. You're quick-witted. You're funny. Okay? So take this week and make it a task to allow yourself to speak up and speak positivity into the world. Okay? Because a lot of times we'll think things, but we feel too shy to say them. And we're like, "Oh, I don't want to, like, what if they reject me? Who gives a shit? You just said something nice. Who's going to reject you?" And if they do, then that's their problem, not yours. Okay? So I like that. It's like one of those things, I was watching this movie yesterday. I think it's an older movie with Kate Hudson, and it's called Little Bit of Heaven. And it's a great movie for shifting your perspective on life, learning how to say the things that need to be said, celebrate life, enjoy every moment. So if you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. It's really great. It'll make you cry, but it's good. It's okay to cry. It does feel uplifting and good today. Yeah. Oh, wait. It slowed down for about a month or so, and now it's coming back. Crazy. I had a dream last night. I was marrying someone else. My husband had died, and it was, oh man. Wow, Marlo. Yeah, that could be bothersome. It could be, it could be that there's a transformation coming for him or something like that. So you might need to journal about how that feels and how maybe that sense of death and renewal is showing up in your life, or it could show up in your life. So it doesn't mean that he's going to actually die. It could be a part of him transforms. I done that a few weeks ago, just randomly to the waitress. And well, it makes you feel, oh, it does make you feel amazing. It instantly lifts your vibration and somebody else's, right? And that's our job. That's how we cause the ripple effect. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, it's just talking about everybody joining in. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Okay, so let's choose our deck. Deck number 1, the Wizard's Tarot. Deck number 2, Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. We haven't used this one in a while. I mean, we haven't used both of these in a while. I used this one not too long ago, but still, I thought these would be a good competition to see which one y'all feel attracted to. So deck 1 or deck 2, vote in the comments. Please only vote one time, and y'all please help me keep track of which one is winning. So deck 1, the Wizard's Tarot, or deck 2, Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Okay. Ones are getting it on YouTube. It looks mixed on TikTok. It's going to be tough. You heard 2 when I picked up the first deck? Oh, okay. 1 or 2. What's your account on TikTok, y'all? It looks like ones have it on YouTube, but YouTube is a smaller group. Did 2s get it on TikTok? It looks like it. Yeah, I think it did. Unless I'm missing something. 2s have it? Okay. All right, there you go. 2s did win. Okay. Like I said, I haven't used this one in a while, so let me get it out and shuffle it. Get our energy into this deck. It's funny because as a tarot reader, you'll see that you gravitate more to certain decks than others, even though you like the majority of the decks. Like there's some that I have that I just don't resonate with, that I've gotten, and it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't resonate with me like I thought it would. so I don't really use them. But there are some that I do resonate with, but I seem to gravitate towards others more. So you'll notice that. Let's see. What do we need to know this week? Before I get started, let me wipe my nose because all this or weather blowing through has my allergies going. So give me 1 second. Okay. I didn't want it to interrupt us. Okay, so what I want you to do is focus on the deck and ask the deck, what is our Tarotscope for this week? What messages do we need to know each day? Just ask it a question about what we need to know this week, Monday through Thursday. And we're going to split the deck. Okay, let's see what the energy is today. Today we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? So when the Ace of Wands is in reverse, there might be something new coming in, or you're hoping that something new is coming in, but it's been delayed, okay? It could be that, we're starting to feel that this energy is getting better, but it's not to like its peak yet. It's kind of like gradually rebuilding over time is what it feels like for me. So also when the Ace of Wands is in reverse, it can indicate that there was something that maybe you were trying to initiate, but it maybe fizzles out. So we want to let things that are like, let's say, there's a difference because you can get very confused on this journey, okay? So there's a difference between something being for you and you going through obstacles to overcome things to get what it is that you want. Does that make sense? So whenever you are working towards something or you're wanting something in your life, you got to do some self-discovery and ask yourself, okay, is this something that I feel like really drawn to, that I feel like this visceral, yes, this is for me, okay? If that's for you, if that's how you feel, and you're going towards this outcome, and you start hitting obstacles, that doesn't mean that that's necessarily not for you. What it means is you are overcoming these hurdles, probably of self-doubt, self-sabotage, old programming. There's all these little steps that you need to work through in order to get to that outcome, okay? Now, if you're working towards something that you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to do it because other people are doing it, or I was told I should do it, or whatever, and you're working towards it, but you keep hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, then that would be something that's not meant for you. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the way you can tell the difference between the two. So it could be today you experience some sort of delay in something, and you want to ask yourself, is this something that I just like viscerally feel is for me, and I've just hit like a minor snafu, and I can overcome this. I can go a different route. I can do a different thing, okay? It could be also that you experience somebody else with like really low energy, somebody that's kind of like an energy suck on you. Now, we can't change them, right? We can only act to our highest good. So it might be that maybe you need to distance yourself from them, or it could be an opportunity for you to help them lift their spirits if that's what they're interested in. Does that make sense? Okay. We can't force somebody to be happy. We can't force somebody to do something. We can't force somebody to feel something. But if they are, asking for advice or wanting to feel better or wanting to get in a better mood, then we can be like, hey, think about this. It's only temporary, or things are getting better, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm gonna let that marinate because I do feel like there's another message there, but I'll see what else. Okay, let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we have the Tower. Okay, we don't like Tuesday Tower days. The Tower card indicates a sudden and unexpected change. Okay, now this could be personally or it could be collectively. All right, Tower moments are not fun, but they are necessary, because what this indicates is something needs to be overthrown. Okay. Now, again, you might see this collectively. You might see somebody get kicked out of their position. It could be at work. It could be higher than that. It could be that something is going on in your life where it's not working out. It was not built on a solid foundation. So the universe is like, hey, we got to help you get rid of this because you're spending too much time and energy focusing on this negativity and it's not working for you. Like, let us help you remove this obstacle. So the Tower is not fun. However, in hindsight, you'll see exactly why it was necessary. Okay. The Tower can also indicate that maybe you're moving to a new location. Maybe you're moving to a new house, moving to a new office, something like that. Maybe moving to a new job, whatever it is. But it's more so when it's direct, it's more so like very unexpected. Something is overthrown. Maybe somebody in a relationship just like moves on, and you're like, wait, what the hell just happened? Okay. So don't be afraid of the Tower card. Understand that what happens is necessary. Okay. And it's always letting you know that yes, it might feel like the end of something major, but there's always a new dawn, a new day. Okay. Okay, so make sure I didn't miss anything. That's right. Yeah, we can't change them. It is their story. Absolutely. Okay, let's look at Wednesday and let's see. We have the Page of Cups. Okay, much better energy. So on Wednesday, we have the Page of Cups. Pages are always messengers or young people. Okay, so there might be something really good that happens to one of your children. It might be something where you receive a message, and this would be a message of good news. This would be a message that brings positive emotions. Okay. It could also indicate that maybe you're wanting to learn something new when it comes to spirituality. And so you enroll in that situation, or you enroll in that class, situation. You enroll in that class, you enroll in that course, you get mentoring, whatever it is. Okay. So this is much better news of positive emotion. Okay. I like that. Let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it's interesting this week. It's kind of going like this, right? So we have two major arcana showing up, and one is the Tower, and then one is the Wheel. So the Wheel in reverse is telling you that if there is a major decision needing to be made on Thursday, it's not the best time to do so. Okay, just hold back and just wait for a second, because there is possibly something that needs to align in order for that to work out for you. Okay. There might be delays if you're traveling on Thursday. So just be aware, practice the pause, and allow things to play out as they need to, because we want the universe, the universe can see a lot more than we can. So, like if your flight is delayed, or your Uber is delayed, or whatever plans have been delayed, it's telling you, hey, just hold on a second. We're trying to align so you miss this negative thing, right? Like some people that miss their flight and they find out that, there's issues with the plane, or the plane goes down, or, I hate, because we've had a lot of those happen lately, but which is weird, right? But anyways, the Wheel of Fortune also in reverse is telling you that there might be a cog in your wheel. It's like the energy's trying to move forward, but there's something still sticking in there. There's like a little thorn or a little whatever that needs to be pulled out in order for it to turn. Now that little thorn can be the self-doubt, sabotage, whatever this is, or it could be another person that is the thorn in this wheel, or the chink, or what is it? Kink in the chain. God, I can't even speak. But do you understand what I'm saying? The wheel wants to turn, but there's a reason why it's either going super slow or it's like stopped. Okay. So it could also feel like things get worse and then boom, it's letting you know things are getting better. So that's why I was saying at the beginning, I hadn't seen the angel numbers in quite some time. I mean, I don't look for them. They present themselves to me. I don't always constantly look license plates, the clock, and da 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 da. Like, that's not my mission in life. When they show up, that's when I know that they need to be seen, right? So I hadn't seen them in a while, like at least a month or two. And now all of a sudden, it's like every time I look at the clock, it's double numbers or double sets, or like even receipts and things like that are showing up. So I know that for me, that's indicating that, like, here we go, something really positive is coming. Like, pay attention. We're helping you through something. So that could be something that helps you as well. And with this blessing of Letha, is telling you that no matter what is happening in life, we want to celebrate the good times. We want to celebrate with those that are on this similar journey with us and understand that life is an experience, right? We want to get together. We want to find our support group. We want to see the beauty in things, even though that we've been through a hard time. We could turn back and look, like all the stuff that I've been through, I can turn back and look and be like, you know what? That really sucked at the time I was going through it. But now I see how necessary it was in order for me to get here. Okay. Does it make it better that happened? No, but it allows me to release what happened and not hold on to it and carry it into my future and blame myself for it. I see it as, okay, that it needed to happen to either wake me up, get me moving, whatever the situation was, and it brought me here. So you can do the same for yourself when you're looking back and seeing the hindsight, right? And understand that when you're in the thick of something, like, it allows you to go, you know what? Okay, this needed to happen. That just means that something really great is going to happen for me. The universe is preparing me for something amazing, and that will help you to keep going. Not to mention the days before. Oh, no warm fuzzies. 2-day prep starts Tuesday. Oh man, yeah. No, that's not fun at all. Jupiter goes direct in Gemini tomorrow. Tracks with the tower. Okay, I like that. I like that. So there we go. I mean, the cards always know, right? And that's what I always say. The cards never lie. People do. Speaking of which, I saw this one guy doing tarot on a live, and he's like, I'm going to use this deck. And he's, what was he doing? He'd shuffle the deck, and then he would like take some out, and then he'd send them to the side, and somebody asked a question, and he'd look at it, and it was yes or no questions, which we know here are not a thing, right? Yes or no questions. He'd look at it, he'd be like, so, I see this, that's a yes. And I'm like, what? And then he would take, some more out. Somebody else would ask a question, and he's like, oh, that's a yes. And I'm just like, and none were reversed. They weren't mixed up, nothing like that. So be careful with those, you guys. Those are not real tarot readings. I try to educate here to keep you safe. And there's a lot of great tarot readers on here, but you have to know what to look for. And just be careful who you're getting advice from. It was some young guy, and maybe he meant well, but he was actually not even, first of all, not using a full deck for people's readings, which should always be used. But he was just like not reading reversals and just like, oh yeah, that's a yes. Tarot is not yes or no. Okay. I know somebody has tried to like make that a thing. But tarot is not yes or no. Tarot is, let's see what we're learning about the situation. What's being revealed to us? and how can we make the best decision for our highest good? Okay, so we don't want to pull one card for yes or no. Okay. Yes, use your discernment 100%. Girl, it is very hard for me to not say something on those lives. But I'm like, you know what? There's no point in arguing with them and looking like the asshole. So what I do is I come here and I educate. you know, that way it keeps me out of negativity. Like I'm not looking to like go after people. What I'm doing is I'm looking to educate, and it makes a lot of people mad still, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. Could he have been trusting his intuition? Most people don't even know what their intuition is. This person was very young, in their early 20s, if that, and no. Sorry, no. The way I saw it and the way I was watching him, no. Because if you're gonna trust your intuition, why do you need the cards, right? You don't need the cards. He was using the cards and looking at them, just saying yes or no, and most of them were yeses to like, is so and so going to come back, and is so and so going to call me or text me, and yeah, that's like the lowest vibration of how you can use tarot, and yeah, it's not the way we use it. If it's from a stranger, I mean, yeah, everybody's a stranger on the internet, but what you want to do is you want to learn about that person. You want to see how much they know about tarot. Um, so yeah, like you would never go to just some random surgeon and be like, hey, cut on me. I'm going to trust what you're just going to put out there. You don't want random people tapping into your energy. You have to understand if the person knows what they're talking about and actually knows how to properly read tarot. Like the people that bounce from live to live to live, demanding that people give them answers, are going to go through so many obstacles, so many hard times, because they are constantly letting other people dictate and tap into their energy. They're allowing these people to dictate how they live their lives, right? When somebody comes to me and we do a tarot reading, we talk through it, right? I coach them through it, and I show them how they can make the decisions for their highest good, and how they don't always need me, but sometimes they do need me in order to get it out of their brain onto the table, right? But whenever you have somebody jumping from live to live to live and just letting random people tell them what to do, or trying to predict if somebody's going to call them or text them, it's really putting them in a toxic environment. It's really putting them, like pushing them towards psychosis. And that is so wrong. It is our job to do things respectfully and properly, and to really, covet the fact that these people come to us in a vulnerable state, and we want to provide the best guidance for them, and we want to let the cards speak, and then we can help them through it. That's how I teach my tarot students as well. Is like, you know what, I'm going to teach you all these things, but I'm going to show you additional modalities that you can use to help these people through to making decisions for their highest good. That way they aren't dependent on us. They can be like, okay, well, I see it now, I get it, totally get it, and then I'm going to do this and this and this differently now. So yeah. Yeah, they are a tool, and it does help them interpret the message. But whenever they're doing yes or no, it's not tarot. Again, tarot's not a yes or no tool. Tarot is not designed for that. I mean, you might as well get one of these to determine yes or no if you're going to simplify things that much, because it could be a yes, but here's the outcome of that you need to be aware of, or no, because this is happening. You know what I'm saying? The tarot really wants you to expand on things so you understand, and so you don't, keep putting yourself in that situation. So like, let's say you have a toxic partner or a really abusive partner, and you're in that spiral, right? You're in that brain chemical spiral, and you go to somebody's live and you ask them, is so and so going to come back? And they say yes. And that person's like, hell yeah, that's so great. But what they don't understand is, yeah, that person's going to come back and they're going to continue to abuse them. You know, we left out that whole message. And so that can really cause that person to go into a really harmful situation. Like, it allows them back into that situation because they think that the universe is bringing them back because things are going to get better. It's not always the case, is it? So yeah, we have to be very careful. Absolutely. I love watching your lives. You always educate us on so much more than normal tarot reading. Thank you so much. This is what I absolutely love to do. It really is. I mean, because as somebody who has studied so much for so many years and somebody who's been through so much trauma, it's like I have a lot to speak on about these things, and I'm really passionate about these things because it affects a lot of us. You know, I'm not special. Like, I went through my trauma just as much as you went through your trauma and your lessons. So if we can come together and we can see it through a different lens, through a healing lens, then man, we can make some real progress, right? This is why I love having the tribe and doing all these things, because it's like, let's come together and support one another and see how we can see things through a more healing and collective love lens and all of that. So yeah, I appreciate that. My sun sign is Leo. I'm all fire, all three. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Focus on the deck. Ask the deck, what else do we need to know this week? Ooh, look at that. We have leadership. We have lighthouse. Okay. You always have, oh, I got goosebumps. Even in turbulent times, you always have the light shining the way. Okay. Now, this can be that I've got goosebumps, like strong goosebumps. The universe is always guiding you, right? However, you can also be a leader in your own life, and you can be a leader for other people. You can be that guiding light. That, like, we have the tower, right? Gosh, I picked up my clock. We have the tower here. Well, think of this. All these waves crashing and beating the shit out of the ship. That would be the tower. But here we have this guiding light saying, hey, be aware, come this way, go this way. Like, be aware of these obstacles and how you can move around them, how we can help you to navigate. Okay? So this is kind of the way I see myself, is like, I'm here if you need, right? And I will be happy to help you. I'll be happy to guide you. But also, you have what it takes to be able to start navigating yourself, right? Depending on the equipment that you have, the tools that you have. So there you go. I see the lioness in your hair. We talk about that often because I tell people that for Leos, the mane is really important. And so yeah, that's funny that you say that, because we talk about that often, because I got a really traumatic haircut and had to get it fixed. And it was a big deal to me because, yeah, it's my mane. Can we ask yes or no questions? No, we just went over that. Tarot is not yes or no. That's not a thing. So if somebody's asking you to ask yes or no questions, or asking you to pay for yes or no questions, it's not good. I would pass. I've always loved lighthouses so mysteriously. Yeah, okay. Yeah, y'all are funny. I mean, it's so true about Leos and their hair. And I learned that through my mentor. She was like, yeah, if you see somebody with really good or big hair, you know, they more than likely have prominent Leo in their chart. And I'm like, yep, that makes sense because I don't wear, like, I honestly don't wear a lot of jewelry. I'm very basic on jewelry and stuff like that. Like, you'll see this necklace, these two necklaces over and over and over again. Simple hoop earrings, my crystals. That's about all I wear. I don't wear a lot of rings. I have another one that I have, but it keeps twisting and turning, so I don't wear it all the time. Excuse me. I don't wear a lot of rings because my hands are so small, but my hair, yeah, it has to be in place. And if it gets screwed up, I'm going to be pissed off. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? Focus on the deck. What is that number? Is that 31 is a lighthouse number. So 3, as we know in numerology, is communication and expression, right? And so the 3 is like, hey, watch out. Well, 1 is the self. So your higher self is always communicating with you, right? We bring them together, that's 4. 4 is looking at things as they are, being logical about the situation and doing what is necessary in order to get you to the place, like, safely and securely, okay? So that's why I'm saying, even if you feel like you're going through rough waters, hard times, understand the universe is always guiding you. And it's saying, hey, look over here. We're trying to help you. Let's go this direction. Okay? Oh, gosh. This cardstock always sticks together. Okay. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? There's stuff on the back too. I'll read it to you. Burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. Today's soul action. Today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. So you can also ask yourself, what stresses me out the most? Okay? Write it down. What's the one thing that stresses me out the most? And you're going to write that down. And then you're going to go, okay, what can I do to fix this? What can I do to remedy this? And then write it down. You can do automatic writing, or if you already know, then write it down and start focusing on that. What is the one thing that stresses me out the most? And how can I fix this? It could be money. Money stresses people out a lot, right? So if you're stressed about money, what can you do to fix that? How can you help your money to grow for you, to work for you? How can you attract more money? How can you build another income stream? Maybe you need to get a higher paying job because you've been in a job where they're just not giving you the raise or giving you, they're not seeing your worth. Okay, fine. So I'm going to go find another job. So find out what that one thing is that stresses you. That might be what this Ace of Wands is in reverse. I told you, I felt like there was another message here. The Ace of Wands is in reverse because it's indicating maybe that there is this low vibration hanging out and it's like extremely stressful. And it's maybe not, you're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting the message, you're not trusting in something. And so find out what it is. What stresses me out the most? Is it your relationships? What do you got to do about that? Remember, we can't change others. All we can do is look at how we feel in the situation. What is our part in the situation or the relationship? What are they doing? What boundaries do we need to set and express? And are they respecting those boundaries? And if they're not, what do we got to do? We got to do the hard thing. Okay? Hang on, I'm trying to unhide your comments. People stress you out. The deck I'm using, this one is the Soul Truth. You can screenshot it if you need to. You can find it on Amazon. And the other one was soul coaching. You can screenshot it if you'd like. This too is on Amazon. So yeah, both really great decks. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing that you can really focus on this week is what stresses me out and how can I remedy that? What steps can I take in order to fix this situation? And it's not what do I wish that they would do? Can't do that. What do I need to do? And that could be your magic wand. Like the Ace of Wands is like a magic wand, okay? Because it is focused and intention going towards whatever it is that you're focusing on. So what are you focusing on today? Are you focusing on the wrong things and that's stressing you out and it's wearing you out? Because the more stress you have, the more exhausted you are because your mind is just going, right? So yeah, I think it's very beneficial to ask yourself, what is the one thing that is stressing me out the most and how can I take steps to fix that? So I'm not stressed, okay? And again, most people stress over money, career, and relationships, like love relationships, okay? Let's be honest. That's what people come to coaches and tarot readers and psychics the most, relationships and money. So if that's the case, then what you got to figure out what steps you can take. If it's something else, if it's your health, okay, what do you got to do? Start doing it. It's your decision, your job. No, we do not do yes or no questions here. That is not a thing with tarot. Have you switched between the two decks? If so, why? Have I switched between the oracle decks? I pull multiple oracle decks, if that's what you're asking. Because what we do is we get more messages and they confirm what the tarot is also saying. So yeah. Girl, apparently I manifested the yes or no question, people, by talking about it. I mean, that happens. You know, what you talk about, what you focus on, you attract. So yeah, I did. That is my my fault. Oh, somebody asked me about, Glenn, you asked me about Luna. Luna is in the other room. She's with her papa, with Dylan. Fucking demon cat, man. So he just got a new job. Very proud of him. And he wants to go get his own place, which makes me sad, but happy. And I'm really happy that he's going to take that cat with him. There's nothing like being stalked in your own home. God. She pisses me off. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. We've had cats before. I mean, we've had many cats. When we lived out in the country and we bought this house, this is when I was married. We bought this house and I'm not kidding. There was between 20 to 40 cats that lived outside. And I was like, okay. Plus we already had one or two, I think we still had 2 cats at that time that were indoor cats. So we've had many cats over the years. This is the only one I've ever had a problem with. So I was hoping she was going to be sweet and cuddly and all that, but like she doesn't even hardly purr or anything. I do think something is mentally wrong with her. She gets to where her pupils are so dilated, her eyes look completely black, and she's just looking at you, and I'm like, don't start. And I'll tell her to be nice, and she gets pissed. She gets so mad. She puts her ears back and she starts growling at me, and I'm like, be nice. And she's like, I don't want to. All right, what else do we need to know? Follow the leader. Isn't that interesting? How we have leadership and follow the leader, okay? Who's the leader? Who's the leader in your life? Is it you? Are you expecting yourself to be the leader of your own life at all times? That's exhausting. You don't have to be that, okay? You can co-create and maybe switch places with the divine every now and then. Like, okay, well, I got this. And then there's times where like, okay, I need you to lead me. Like I need you to help a sister out or help a brother out, whatever. But who's the leader? Are you maybe learning from somebody, like following somebody who is doing the things that you want to do, and they're showing you the way? That's really positive, right? So it depends on who your leader is. What is your guiding light? And it's telling you this number 40, which is interesting because leadership on this card is 31, which is a 4. And then this leadership card is 40, which is a 4. It's telling you to look logically at who you're seeing as your leader in your own personal life, right? And are you following them? Are they the right one to get you to where you'd like to be? If not, you might need to select another leader or mentor. You understand what I'm saying? She might need to live alone. I don't know. I think she needs to also go outside and hunt, but obviously we don't want anything bad to happen to her. I think she really is in that predatory mind. I think she would be a great hunter. Like she'd be a great barn cat or something like that. Yeah, you want to see the cards side by side? Sure. So leadership and leader. So I think it's great because, this card has, excuse me, this card has what looks like geese, but they're all different stages of life. Okay, so we have the baby. We have a little bit more grown, and a little bit more grown, and then grown, and then this one looks like a spirit. So you know how geese, they all fly together. It's just like this thing. They fly in a V and they kind of switch out leadership after a while. So again, it could be maybe somebody you've been following or learning from. It doesn't have to be on social media. It could be like in life, right? Maybe you've learned all you can from them and maybe you need to go to another person and get some insight from them. Or maybe you're destined to be the leader. So think about this week how leadership plays a part in your life. Where is it coming from? Is it coming from outside sources, or are you maybe destined to be that leader? Y'all know it is written all in my natal chart and my numerology. Like there's no getting around it for me. Like that's just part of my destiny. So it might be part of yours. Especially if people just like magically nominate you to be the one that leads the way. I mean, that's happened to me ever since I was a kid. And I'm like, why are y'all picking me? And it was because that was my destiny. It was literally written in my soul blueprint, my energetic blueprint. So, okay, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know this week? Look, we have storm warning, but in reverse. Okay, interesting because we have the Tower showing up. So I do feel like there might be a sudden change, but it could be like this is the last bit. This is the last little aftershock type of thing. So I'm going to read this to you. It's number 10. Okay, I flipped right to it. Okay. This card reversed indicates that the dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. You can take heart that sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. The new light may bring a time of reassessment, and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. Also, spend some time reflecting on the difficulty that has passed. What was the lesson for you? We were just talking about that earlier. Remember the whole hindsight thing? Like it sucks as you're going through it, but the hindsight is trying to show you something, okay? Whether it's about self love or empowerment, remember to bring these intentions and lessons learned into your bright new path, okay? Oh, I got to verify myself. Hang on. Has it already been almost an hour? Wow. Okay. So does that make sense? It could be that maybe we experience something tomorrow that's like, oh, okay, that sucks. This major change. Again, it could be personally or it could be collectively. And then on the way, like on Wednesday, we had this message of, like I said, emotional fulfillment, something positive coming in. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, could be indicating that it's trickling away now, right? Things are getting better. The wheel is just moving slowly, but we do have this cycle happening. And if we stay on the negative mindset, then of course it's going to keep that wheel from turning. But if we see it as, okay, things are only going to get better from here, then that wheel will be like, whoa, okay, let's go. Okay? We are in control of the wheel. Bye, Bracella. My left ear was ringing so hard. I'm definitely letting go of the past. Good. Do you use tarot as you spread and use oracle for extending messages as a rule? So what I do in my tarot readings is I lay out the spread, and then typically in this reading, I only pull one card for each day because that's like the ruling theme of the day or the energy of the day. But if I'm doing a tarot reading for somebody, I will pull the spread and I will clarify each section or each position with a couple of extra tarot cards. Then I love to also pull oracle cards to confirm and expand the messages even further. So yeah, that's just my own process. Everybody, does it differently, but yeah. I love combining them because I do feel like it gives you so much confirmation and so much of a like more of a perspective, because the tarot gives you the meat of everything, right? The intricacies of everything. And then the oracle is like all the veggies in the side. I see things in weird pictures, all the sides, all the yummy sides. So yeah. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Ooh, I think we just recently had this gate of opportunities. Okay, I'll read both sides for you. Pass through the gate of opportunities wherein new paths unfurl with boundless potential. Seize every minute. I thought I was going to say moment. Embrace each moment with purpose, for time is precious. I'm sorry, it's hard to read because it's on the clouds. Embrace each moment with purpose, for time is a precious gift on your journey of self-discovery. Love it. And that's what the blessing of Letha is also telling you. She's like, look, celebrate each moment, celebrate each thing, live life to the fullest. Thanks for the heart. And know that every moment is fleeting, positive or negative. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and wallow in the negative and bring about more negativity? Or are you going to allow yourself to be like, you know what? Okay, well, that sucked, but we're going to keep going. We're not going to let this hold me back. It's your perspective. Lots of opportunity here. Let's do the Kipper deck. Bye, Jamie. You are my people with your analogies. Good. Good. I love doing analogies because if you can envision it in your head, then you're going to understand it a lot better and you're going to relate to it a lot more, right? And you'll be able to use it more in your life, right? If I'm just like spitting logic at you, it's not really going to stick. But if I can create an image in your mind, then it will stick. So I've always thought in analogies just because that's how I perceive things and it's how I understand things. I've always been a very vivid daydreamer. So I figure, well, let me work it to my benefit and let me help see if this helps other people. So yeah, I always have the craziest analogies, but they work. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. We got her again. Why? Privileged lady. We got her on Friday for the weekend. Isn't that interesting? I don't know where that accent came from. Kind of reminds me of her, right? She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's sexy, she's all of the things. She's powerful, she's abundant, right? Well, we have the same thing here. Privileged lady. It's number 12. So this is you deciding. Are you privileged or are you essentially not? Where are you privileged in your life? Like, how can you find and show gratitude for all the wonderful things in your life? And I feel like also the privileged lady is about things are getting better, right? You can attract whatever it is that you want. There's so many opportunities out there, you guys, it's ridiculous, So why not seize them? Whatever it is that you're trying to experience. This could also be this privileged lady that you see. It could also be somebody that you would like to be your leader or your mentor. Okay, you see her as somebody that is maybe living the life that you would like, or at least part of it, and you can learn from her. Because we want to be around people that inspire us and influence us in a positive way. But you got to decide, how do I want to be inspired and influenced? Is it through like real growth, or am I really focusing on the material aspects of life? Like, getting the clothes and the car and the house and all that stuff. Like that stuff is a byproduct, or it's like what I'm saying? Like that's something anybody can wind up getting. But soul growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, all that stuff is extremely important. And that is what's going to take you to endless opportunities, right? And then you'll just naturally have abundance and things like that where you can get those things, but that's not your focus. You know what I'm saying? So really look at who influences you in your life this week. Focus on that and see. Because first we're going to ask, what stresses me out the most and what can I do about it? And then ask yourself, who do I look up to? How can I embody that energy and put myself in that privileged space? Because everybody has the opportunity. You just have to you have to ask yourself, like, what am I choosing to focus on? The growth I see in me when I look back sometimes makes me cringe on the person I was. Hey, you know what? Look, we've all been there. We've all done things that would make us just want to hide forever. But you know what? I always just tell myself, shit happens. I was doing the best that I could with what I knew at the time, and that's all I can say. And so I let it go. Because otherwise, if you stay there, God, that's not a fun place to be. Your spiritual growth is where you're at now? Awesome. Oh, so I like your vibe. Thank you. Y'all are funny. Okay, so let's get our money message for the week. Let's find out what we need to know this week about our financials. Focus on the deck. Ask the deck, what is our money message for this week? What is our money message for this week? Whoop. Okay. I got that one. Next level, be a boss. Doesn't mean that you have to be the boss, but you can be a boss. You know what I'm saying? It says, you're either about to take your finances to the next level or it's time that you do. That's why I was saying, like, if that's one of the things that stresses you out the most, then focus on it and ask yourself, how can I improve this situation to where it doesn't stress me out? Number 2, if your finances haven't improved yet, you can be certain they will soon. Hey. Number 3, there's a chance of something extra in the air. I like that. Okay. Because Jupiter is going direct. Thank God. And, you know, all the planetary alignments. Have y'all seen the, the parade of planets in the sky? Have y'all seen how bright Venus is? I was walking outside the other night, my son and I, maybe we were going to Andy's. Maybe that's why I felt inclined to compliment that girl. But we were walking outside to get in the car, and I was looking up at the sky, and I was like, that looks awful bright. And that does not look like an airplane because it's not moving. I don't see the flashing lights. And I'm just like sitting there looking at it. I have never, as far as I can remember, seen a planet look that bright in the sky. Very odd to me, but cool. I got my little Skyview app out and I was looking at it. I was like, oh my God, that's freaking Venus. And then I started going up, you know, and then you see Jupiter and Uranus and all that stuff. And it was so cool to see how the planets are aligning. And then Mercury, I think, is supposed to join pretty soon. But yeah, it's like a really cool thing to see. But yeah, have y'all ever seen Venus that bright in the sky? I haven't. Yes, be the boss of your life to get to where you want to go. Absolutely. It's called Skyview. I think that's what it's called. I keep holding on for the right new job. People think I'm crazy, but happiness is my goal. Good for you. Good for you. My readings were really good, and all of a sudden, the readings have turned bad. Am I asking too much? Depends on what you're referring to. Are you doing readings for yourself, Tiffany? Or are you talking about getting readings from other people? Expand a little bit more on that, and I'm happy to answer your question. Oh, you had the telescope out. Oh, that would be so nice. You haven't noticed it that bright? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm just like, normally the planets are like this little bitty, you know, dot, and like you could barely see that Mars is red and all that. But I've never seen a planet that bright in the sky, that big and bright in the sky. That's why I was like, I looked at it and I was like what is that? And I knew it had to be a planet or something, so that's why I got out the Skyview app. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to know. Okay, let's do our Spirit of the Animal. I do love this deck. I think it's a great deck for us. They're all aligned. Some say the planets. Okay. Do you think Venus being that bright has an effect on us? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Venus is the planet of love. And you know what's interesting? I'll say this right quick. When I went to, we were in Mexico and we were talking to, we were taking a tour of the Mayan ruins and whatnot. I went to one of the pyramids and I put my hands on it. And immediately I was shown this Mayan and they were showing me how it was being built. It was very fascinating. And then we went up to the top and they were showing, you know, they were going like this, like up, up, Like they weren't speaking to me, they were just showing me, and there's like up, up. We'll come to find out those pyramids are aligned, with the cosmos. And that one was aligned with Venus. Well, see, they interpreted Venus as the god of war. It's very interesting. So they knew that when Venus aligned, and they could see it in a certain aspect, that war was coming. But here in Western astrology, Venus is the goddess of love and beauty and luxury and all of that. So it doesn't surprise me that we have this coming out, right? So, but also think about this: love and luxury causes people to go to war. That's how you can put them together, right? So there might be, there's been guys who have started wars or battles because of women, and love. And, they all do covet luxury and wealth. So they'll go to war for that. But personally, sorry, I got a hair in my eye. Personally, Venus can boost your ability to bring in wealth and the beauty of things, the beauty of life, your personal body, your space, your bank account, whatever. So anytime I see the planets out there, I always thank them for shining over my house. Like I'll see Jupiter, I see, Venus, whatever I can see when I walk outside, I will give them gratitude for, them shining that lovely energy over my home. So you could do the same. When you go outside and you see Venus, give it gratitude and welcome in the blessings of abundance through Venus, and allow yourself to be in a place that you are humbled by the abundance, and that's not like what your sole focus is, right? We're not just focused on and worshiping money. Money is literally a tool. We are grateful for the bounty that the universe brings us. We are grateful for the blessings of abundance. And that's going to be, abundance could be anything. It doesn't have to just be money, So, yeah. War still happens that way in the animal kingdom. Yeah. Is it 11/11? Oh, it was. Okay, hang on. Let me answer this question. I'm doing readings for myself and my husband. I was getting 2 of Cups, Lovers, but now it's, where'd it go? Now it's 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, or 5 of Wands, Knight of Swords, Death. Well, it depends on what situation is going on in your relationship, and how often you're pulling cards. Because if you're pulling cards all the time, then yes, you're going to start getting really conflicting readings, because the swords can mean that you're starting to obsess over the situation and it's messing with your mental capacity. Okay, so understand that when you're doing readings for yourself, like I barely ever pull cards for myself, because I've learned how to put myself into surrender. I've learned how to put myself into alignment and things like that. And so I know that whenever things start feeling wonky, I'm out of alignment, and I might do a check-in every now and then. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, right? Even if it's positive or negative. But you have to be able to really use discernment in your own readings. You have to be able to really take your ego mind out of it. And we've got to trust the cards. We got to trust the universe, okay? So if you are doing reading after reading after reading, then you're not putting trust in the situation, and you're I say obsessive. I'm not trying to, speak negatively towards you, but you're, that's the only word I can think of right now. Your obsessiveness over the situation is showing up in the cards with all the swords and the cups and everything. So it's like, if you don't stop obsessing over this, then you will experience this. You understand? So yeah, you might need to back off for a bit and ask the universe, please show me the truth of this relationship, and then be ready for the truth to show up. Okay? And just lay off the cards for a bit. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so let's get our animal card for the week. You're very welcome. Whoops. Okay, we got Orca Whale, Adventure. And you know me and adventure. That's my word of the year, adventure. And I always tell everybody, right? Life is meant to be an adventure. It's an experience. So don't put so much seriousness on it. It says, dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. So, you know, they go on some pretty gnarly journeys, right? They go on some long journeys. And it's like, how do they know? How do they know where to go? How do they know how to come back to that one location, right? It's because they just know. They follow the currents. They follow their internal guidance. They just know. And so for you, you can do the same thing. Are you going to be brave enough to go on your journey and let these guiding lights show you the way? Okay? Like I said, the universe is always guiding you, always helping you. So let them. If you would like a reading, you can book one through the link in my bio. This is a collective reading. Okay, let's close it out with the Rebel deck. We've gone a little bit long today, which is fine with me. I don't mind. I have so many dreams about orcas. They're so smart and they scare me. Oh, don't let them scare you. They've been painted out to be, you know, mean and evil and all that stuff, but they're really not. They're very intelligent. Hey, I just told you if you need a reading, you can book it through the link in my bio. So please, this is a collective reading. All right, this is the Rebel deck. If you're easily offended, please scroll away because this deck will call you out, and it will call you out with strong language. I love this deck. So yeah. All right, what do we need to know this week? What is our message for this week? You are being shady. Watch out, shit could get ugly. So what does it mean to be shady? Well, are you being shady towards another person? Are you being shady towards yourself? So it says shit's about to get ugly. Well, think about that. Are you, shady can mean many things. It could be why the tower is showing up for tomorrow. Okay? So think about, okay, where am I possibly being shady? Who am I being shady towards? Is it somebody else or is it me? If it's one or the other, then you decide how you're going to fix the situation. If you're being shady towards another person, why? Do you need to just distance yourself from them? Do you need to apologize for behavior? Or if you're being shady towards yourself, why? Do you need to change some things in your life? Do you need to apologize to yourself? Probably. Okay. So if you are not, if you're doubting everything in your life, if you don't believe that things can get good in your life, then that's also being shady towards yourself because you're being like shitty. Think of shady as shitty, right? And so when it says things are about to get ugly, well, yeah, because that's where your mindset is. So you have to have like personal awareness is number one in your spiritual journey and in your self-growth journey, however you want to look at it. Doesn't matter. It's all the same. So yeah, think about that and see how you can shift it to this privileged energy because you have so many opportunities and you have the, you're very privileged because you have the ability and the divine right to make your own decisions. So there you go. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and block this person because they won't shut up after I've told them to stop. And then now it's not going to let me exit out of that. I hate how it does that. It's wanting me to manage my keywords. There it goes. Is it wise to do a clarifier on the Rebel card? I mean, you can if you want to. There is a lot of spammers in the chat today. But you know what? It happens. Luckily, it's not as much as it used to be in the past. God, when I started doing these sessions years ago, I mean, it was constant. It got to be to the point where I had to put it as like subscriber only chat because I got so sick and tired of having to remind people that this is a collective reading and how rude it is to come onto somebody's live and expect them to give you a reading, right? That's so toxic. But yeah, it has lessened. But yeah, every now and then we will get spammers in the chat, and it is what it is. We just got to send them on their merry way. Can I do that? We can pull a card, and let's see. We have, what is that? The King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So when the King of Cups is in reverse, it's not acting on your passion. It's not acting on what's going to bring you emotional fulfillment. And it could be maybe you are manipulating a situation in order for it to come out to something that you want to happen. Okay? Because the King of Cups, when he's in reverse, he's emotionally manipulative. Okay? But he's also allowing his emotions and his fear to keep him stagnant from acting on what he's passionate about. So you have to decide which one fits your life. When we see it as being shady, it could be that you're emotionally manipulating people into doing what you want because maybe you're in fear mode, maybe you're trying to people please, all of those different things. So like I say, if you're, this is not comfortable, but if you are a people pleaser, you're manipulating people. If you're going along with things that you wouldn't rather be interested in, or if it crosses your boundaries, you're manipulating. Okay? So you have to be really hyper aware of how you are in situations and ask yourself, okay, am I manipulating the situation to get what I want? And if you are, then we got to shift that. Okay? So I hope this helps. If you need anything, everything is linked in my bio. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, everything is linked below in the description. I will be right back here Friday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. But yeah, if you need any guidance on tarot, anything, just everything is linked in my bio. I've got the tribe, my tarot community, tarot apprenticeship. Whatever you need. Readings, all that stuff is linked to my bio. Okay. So y'all have a wonderful week. Remember what we talked about here, and I'll see you on Friday. Mwah. Bye, y'all.